Hey everyone, Seth Weiner here, your Rocktioneer. Welcome back to Coffee Connections. And I always start and I tell you the weather. I don't know whether or not it's going to be good or bad, but today it's good. It's gorgeous here in Atlanta. But we've got Atlanta and California on the line today. So we've got two gorgeous weather situations. As a reminder, you can catch all Coffee Connections at coffeeconnections.live. Happy St. Patty's Day. Yes. Can't get pinched today, folks. And you can also go to our YouTube and see all of our past episodes. And why don't we jump into what we got cooking today? Let me tell you, today is a sparkle because it's Jewels with a Purpose. We're changing, not changing, we're taking a little step to the side of our regular programming and bringing in a vendor that works with nonprofits. So this is Jewels with a Purpose. And they help organizations provide by providing risk-free packages for their auctions, be it online or live auctions or in person or just auctions in general. Now, they've designed and perfected an exclusive collection of handbags and jewelry crafted in 925 sterling silver and specifically packaged for fundraising events, as you saw that on the intro reel there. And again, you could use this for your silent or live auctions. And what I love is their jewelry pool and their generosity tree. They offer this, it's really a turnkey solution, and I'm going to let them tell you more about that. But joining us is Victoria Rosetti. She is our regional director here in Atlanta, and Eliza Friedman, who's the founder and designer. So let me welcome them here to the show and bring everyone together right about, there we go. Hello.
Hi, Seth. Thank you so much for having us on your show. How exciting.
Absolutely. And before I begin, I got to ask, do you all drink coffee?
Absolutely. And thankful and blessed for coffee every morning and during the day.
And what about you, Victoria? Oh, I
Oh,
believe.
yes.
Oh, let me unmute you. You're good. There, say that again.
Life is good. It's my optimistic mug.
All right. Well, what kind of coffee are you putting in there? Are you home brewing it? Are you going dark, light roast? What's the deal?
If you ask me, I have a very expensive machine because I am a coffee snob. The only thing that I'm snob at is my Illy coffee Lavazza, and it comes straight from Italy. It's the only thing I really, really care about when I wake up.
And did you drink it black, or are you putting cream
No,
in
no,
it?
I put all the healthy sugar and cream. It
All
tastes
right.
amazing.
And Victoria, what about you?
I like Cuban coffee, but I am particular about my coffee. I'm not a Starbucks drinker. It's a little too bitter. But I like mine sweet and blonde. Every morning,
Oh.
have to have it. Set it the night before, and when the little bell goes off, I hear it. I get so excited.
And as we look into the summer and to the spring and the hot weather coming, and now you said that it's hot in California already. Are you moving to iced coffee, or is it
Yes,
hot
yes,
all
we
year
love
round?
iced coffee. We love iced coffee. I do a macchiato and then I put it over ice.
All right.
Delicious.
Well, let's. I'm gonna go ahead and hand the mic over to you all. Let everyone know. Jewels with a Purpose. What are we talking about?
What an incredible ride, Seth. We started in 2005, and I am so grateful because who would have thought me? Um, I'm from Romania. I still believe sometimes I feel like a little girl that was born in a small village. My father was a priest. My mom was the teacher in the community, in the school. And my dream was to come to America one day. So by the age of 22, I made it. And I worked in the fashion world in Europe. So I am grateful to have kept those connections. To work with them over the years. And when I came here, I realized that I'm going to make a path where no matter what I was going to do as a job or business, I wanted to have a giving back aspect to it. So I formed Jules with a Purpose in 2005 and with the mission of generosity, philanthropy, and compassion. And we grew from one small nonprofit to over 1,000 that are following us, utilizing our product every year. And it's wonderful because what we created is very different than what you expect in the fashion world or jewelry industry, we do not retail any of our products. Instead, we manufacture it directly. I'm the designer, and we pass all that middleman commissions and profits onto the nonprofit organizations. And they love it because they can raise significant funds. So the way that we're structured is we provide no risk packages to the nonprofit organizations to use in their annual galas or fundraising events or benefits, luncheons, you name it, as silent auction or a jewelry pool. And this way, having it at a very low cost from us, they can mark it up quite a bit and raise significant funds for their cause or school. So I'm glad that you mentioned the generosity tree, because it's trending and it's become something very unique and desirable. We offer these grab bags. They have generosity, philanthropy, compassion, the butterfly, which is so popular today because of the times that we live in. We offer these, and it has a small box inside, which includes a jewelry piece. It could be earrings, bracelets, or a necklace worth $200 to $400. It's a fine jewelry piece with precious metals, and they get it for $50, and they can sell it for $100 each. So we have demand all over the place. I think that we'll be supporting over 700 events this year. So we ship this all over the United States, and they sell really well at their fundraising events, raising money for the cause.
All right, outstanding. Now, definitely have a bunch of questions. You said, I'm curious though, when you first started, what state, where did you start, and what organization did you start with?
I was in Atlanta when I came to the States, and I just moved to San Diego 8 years ago. I was fortunate to be part of the nonprofit community because I always wanted to support. I met some wonderful people, and when I started my company, they wanted to promote me because they realized that what I was doing was unique, and they just loved my energy, my heart, and they wanted to tell the next organization. So we started growing very organically from one event to the next. And in 2014, I wanted to move to the West Coast because of the weather, and it was just a dream of mine. So I was very fortunate to meet Victoria a year before, and she expressed an interest in taking over because I felt that I could not leave all of those organizations that I built and collaborated with in Atlanta. I would have had to travel a lot. So Victoria expressed an interest to service them, and she's done an amazing job. I am so grateful for her. She is incredible. The community loves her, and she built a tremendous following and business on the East Coast.
And Victoria, can you talk a little bit about how, well, for a nonprofit organization, how much can they raise doing something like this? What are the variables there, and what is the process?
You know, I think it varies too from East Coast to West Coast, but we've seen them obviously raise more money in the years we've been doing this. I mean, every year we come back, they want to optimize more. They were like, okay, it was really successful with 6 sets of silent auction items. This year we want 12, or we want the jewelry pull. We wanted 20 bags. Let's do 100 this time. Bring enough, because it's become such a popular way for them to raise funds. And they know these numbers. I mean, with mobile bidding, it's easy to capture those numbers. But when I met Eliza, well, gosh, it's been 10 years ago now. So I left corporate America, a little bit about me. I left corporate America after 28 years. And I basically retired and wanted to recreate myself, and I loved giving back. It was just a great feeling. And I met Eliza at a charity event. And as she mentioned, I was very intrigued by what she had in mind. She had this great business idea. Like she said, it was organic. And she said, what do you think about this? And if I leave, are you interested? If I leave Atlanta, are you interested? And it really has been organic for both of us. And it's really been a heartfelt growth for both of us. So I think because our heart is so deep in, we're very emotionally attached. Not going to lie, when we work with these organizations, some of them we've been working for 8 years plus, we're attached to them. We've seen a lot of people come and go in the organizations, but we remain consistent. And so you'll find people on the boards or the chairs will move on, but they see our imprint somewhere in the financials, and they'll call us up and say, listen, we see this, what did you do? And particularly there was a gap between 2019 or 20 and now, and you'll see there's a lot of change in these organizations, and we've been able to establish how much money we've raised. So it could be, to answer your question, Seth, we could raise anywhere from several thousand to thousands. You could do 10, 12,000. I know Eliza's got some that, maybe in Atlanta, depending on, again, the attendees. And I'm seeing it come back now in terms of amounts, because we can't really use our gap is an example. But in Atlanta, I'm seeing $4,000 and $5,000 net raised for an organization. And that's a lot of money for something they didn't spend any money on. It cost them nothing to have me there, but a table. And everything else just goes by on itself. We handle everything. So it's hands off for them. And as you mentioned, turnkey and pure net profit.
And then,
right. We do provide everything from descriptions, images. Today's world, everybody has an online auction. So we make it super simple. We just copy and paste, and then we show up at the event to set up or ship all over the United States and ready to go. It's so convenient.
With online auctions, I imagine the numbers are probably a little down on that, because it's a harder sell for jewelry online than in person. Is that right or no?
I was surprised, to be honest, Seth, because when COVID started, I had no idea, because jewelry, you have to see it, touch it. Great lighting sells it. But I had no idea. I just optimized the photos. And then I was surprised that they were selling. So I would say that about 50%, and it was amazing. So what we implemented immediately is shipping for free directly to the winners. And we still keep that, which is very appealing to them, because the organizations, it's like drop ship. So yeah, we'll put the picture, description, and if you drop ship it, and we take one step further. I write a note of gratitude to every winner, thanking them for supporting that organization. And everything is like just first class.
You get asked all the time when a nonprofit says, well, this is great, I'd love to offer jewelry. We don't have a jeweler that's donating anything, and this seems like a really good idea. However, is this going to affect my other revenue? Is this going to take away, because I have a cost that's going to come to have to, I'm sure I'm going to make money, but if I raise $4,000, of which I maybe get a percentage of. So when you say 4,000, that's the revenue, but it probably brought in, that was the net, but there still was a cost. So maybe it brought in 8,000 or whatever, the numbers work. I don't know your model there, but I'm just curious though, when a nonprofit, how do you address that? And again, the question being, will this take away from my other revenue stream?
Do you want to answer that, Victoria, or should I?
Go ahead.
It's a simple one. I run into this all the time. Maybe a high-end jeweler is so gracious to offer a high-end piece, but keep in mind, we are very mindful of people's budgets. Maybe that piece can be bid on by one person at the event, or maybe 3 people, right? So what do we do about the 99% of the people that still come to the event? They still have a budget and they want to support. And there's 1% of people guests that come to events, Seth, and that they want something in return. They want to give a donation, but they'd like to go home with something to remind them of supporting that evening. So this is what we created. We are mindful of every budget. we offer items starting at $75 to $200, which is, it includes everyone. We're very inclusive, mindful, and it does not take away from that big piece that was donated. It only complements what they already have. And if organizations get a chance to go to our website and see the way we display and the packaging, they're going to be blown away. Because what we see across the countries, it's just comments that we get all the time. Feedback is incredible. They elevate the feel of the entire auction, because, you know, it's hard to put together these baskets. I don't know what they're going to end up looking like. But what we do is just bring incredible look and feel and makes everything amazing. And when they choose to do the generosity tree, that becomes the spotlight. People come into the event and say, wow, what's that? And they just, it's like a magnet driving them. They use even a setup as a jewelry pool if they don't want to do the tree. We want to make everything simple, but not only to raise significant funds. We're not event planners, but we sure love to make their auction stand out and just spice it up a bit from the last year to this year, so that guests are excited to come back next year.
You know, if you're working with the same NPO, often sometimes, you know, it's the same people going to support different organizations. Mm-hmm. How do you keep it fresh every year?
Oh, we design new collections every season, 2-3 times a year. We have brand new designs, packaging. We continuously improve ideas, the way to set up. We never stop improving our line, our look, what we offer. We just created a whole new collection of handbags and clutches with a gorgeous Swarovski crystal butterfly, which is the message of courage, freedom, and hope. And there's a story attached. And this is a brand new idea, and people love it. It's the story of the butterfly. And it hits home with a lot of causes that we support. And it's very trendy right now. So
Seth, a lot of
never
people,
short of ideas.
People come in and ask, they're like, we hope that we were so glad you're here. We missed it last year, or we heard about you, and we're so glad you're here. And they get so excited. And then you find all these people coming over to our generosity tree, and they all want pictures made in front of it. It's just so beautiful.
Yes.
It's such a beautiful addition to the environment. And I don't think it takes away, and to answer your question, does it take away from other items? I think people still are going to bid on those items, but what it adds is value to the auction committee, because so many of them are working so hard to collect items. And they do see the same things every year. And they're like, oh, another gift certificate. Oh, another, another bottle of wine. Well, we've all been on that so many times every year, but wow, now even men come over and they, please, can you help me find something for my wife? Or she was looking at that. What was she looking at? I'm going to bid on it. And, they want their sports memorabilia and their celebrity memorabilia, but there was nothing for women. I think Eliza's idea was originated from the fact that auctions were void of anything for women. And one piece of jewelry. And like she mentioned, there was maybe 1 or 2 bids on it. So there was just this huge gap, and it was missing. And she's filled that gap with this concept. But I think what's really important is to keep in mind that we can sell items more than once. So for example, if 3 people want the same necklace, you're not leaving money on the table. So for example, if the highest bid is $2,000, well, what happened to the bidder that's 1,900 and the one that's 1,800?
Right.
They left the room, but not with us. We can sell it 2 more times. And so we'll generally suggest to the organization, do you want us to bring more than one? Because we can offer it and everybody leaves happy. Because you'll see these people starting to really, particularly with paper bidding, you would see them stand there and hover and get really upset if they didn't win. And we've solved that problem. So you're all going to win. You can all win, and that's the generosity tree also allows that. Everybody's a winner, and they love it.
Well, I'm a whiner, so that counts, right? What about unique and custom designs? An organization that's our logo or our theme is our color scheme is purple, purple hearts or like this. Are you customizing jewelry, or at least, if not customizing design and logo, at least like colors and this sort of stuff?
I have customized a few in the past. I try not to do it because we need to think of all of the guests. They probably don't want to wear that logo every day, right? It's nice, but I believe that everybody's looking for something classic, something that it's casual, that they can wear with everything. So yeah, it's a possibility, but not so much. We can
Well,
do it.
what you may do is, like, for example, Eliza's new design with the butterflies.
Mhm.
I'm supporting Summit Counseling the end of this month, and they're going with butterfly theme this year. Everything's butterflies. Their invitation.
Yes.
So I suggested let's put some of our butterfly bracelets and butterfly necklaces. I'm wearing one today. In the auction because it matches. See, the
Yes,
butterfly.
and every piece of
It
jewelry
matches
has a small
their
butterfly
theme.
too.
And then there's colors. We do have topaz and sapphires and citrines, and
Mm-hmm.
often those colors may match those
Mm-hmm.
organizations. Or so we have, for example, we're supporting a breast cancer organization. We have little pink, stones. So I said, let me put more of those in the generosity
And
tree,
hearts.
and hearts. Maybe if for the hardest,
Mm-hmm.
we can tweak that, and but Eliza creates the designs pretty far in advance, and manufacturing those and bringing them here in the volume that we have to keep up with the demand. um,
Yes,
it's we wouldn't be optimizing our business if we ordered a one-off or two-off item. We have to
exactly.
in a volume.
All right. All right, now, are
Yeah.
you the only designer?
Yes.
Yeah.
I work with a team in Italy, and I create the designs. They just spice it up and give me 12 different choices. Yeah, I am so grateful. I'll mention this. I work with the high-end manufacturers that make the brands for Hermes, Gucci, Prada. So we get to have the same quality at a very reasonable price to pass on to the organizations because they love what I do. They give me a break even further because they know we're not in it for profits. We pass all of that to the nonprofit organizations, and they're so amazing. They go above and beyond to make sure that the quality is excellent, price is low, and I order a lot. When we talk about demand, Seth, I don't know how to tell you this, but from 2019, we did about 200 some events that year, Victoria, between East and West. We're doing 700 this year.
And you're
And
cloning each other, right? Because this is just the two of you, right?
yes,
Just
and
us.
I'll talk all about that. Wow, it's amazing, but we're prepared for it. We have so much demand. I receive emails and inquiries every day. I can barely keep up with returning emails, but we're on it. Nonprofit organizations have a greater need for donations because of what happened, and businesses are not able to donate straight out gift certificates or products. So I'm glad that we can fill in that need at a great price point between $50 and $200. We strive to continue to keep our prices low, even though the silver is a little high, and precious metals. But we decided that we can clone ourselves in this way. We redesigned the packaging. So when they receive the items, they will see the name, which we give in advance. It's right here. It's a sticker. And then they open up the box and the jewelry is inside. So they just lift this insert. Let me see if I can do it. And they prop it up. And this way, it's easy. It's displayed, super simple. At the end of the night, they just put it back, close it, and designate it to the winner. So we realized that our growth is tremendous and we needed to make sure we don't say no to anyone. So we now ship from San Diego to all of the organizations in the United States, free shipping directly to them 10 days in advance, so they have it in time for their event. They display it, and then after the fact, we reconcile and let us know what's sold. The majority sells out, no question. Maybe one or two here and there return to us, but we're able to provide as many items as they need to as many organizations that request our service. And it's all consignment. We do not charge a penny up front. It's no risk for them. We're happy to be doing this, to be able to so far. We're more aware of the fact that we're not going to be able to provide for every single one. So we're trying to be better at vetting these nonprofits to be an honest conversation. Yes, I'm happy to ship you a box full of items if you feel that you will be able to move them, sell them, so that we don't have hundreds and hundreds of packages out there at one time. But we're happy to fill in that gap, and we'll do as much as possible to never have to say no to them.
Locally in Atlanta, Seth, of course, I would be there. You've seen me there.
Yes.
And in San Diego and area, Eliza would be there. But I think the silver lining during this pandemic is that the evolution of what we've done has developed into being able to ship, and realizing that because all of these nonprofits pivoted and turned to virtual online auctions, and we realized shipping could happen. And then they were reaching out to, will you fly to Michigan, or you come here? And Eliza figured out that she could create a box that offered the display inside the box, and it was simple as shipping it to the organization and letting them open the box themselves. And there could be that situation for us even locally, Seth, because there's only myself, and I do have an associate that helps me, and Eliza has an associate that helps her. Particularly with larger events, we both need someone there to help us. There's a lot of people that want to give the generosity tree, and we help the organizations not only with the setup, but with the checkout. So when the patron comes and they have the runners, we make sure they get the right items. We make sure that people know how to bid on mobile bidding. So they check in and then they walk around with their phones and they don't know how to use the mobile bidding. And we've become quite the experts at mobile bidding. So we can offer assistance. We're supporting the organizations there. So I think our value is very difficult to really put into a number sometimes. But I think we do add value by that's maybe not even, you can't justify with numbers, but
that's
it's
right.
there.
Yeah. You're up in the bids, not just on your items, but on all the items there. So that's a big piece. Is there anything that we didn't cover that you wanted to share with everyone today?
I would add one thing. We're so grateful to announce that we opened the United Kingdom. We have an office in London, Winchester area. And if anybody knows of an organization that needs support, please reach out to us for our website, jewelsurveypurpose.com. There is a form that you fill out. We're happy to support those organizations and just get that market running, because it's no different from what's happening here. I'm sure there's a greater need in Europe than here even. So, and the second thing I'd like to share, which we're very excited about, we created a Shopify site. It's going to be named shopgiveback.com. It's not on yet, but it will be turned on in a couple of days. This site will be a place where the guests and the supporters of any of those nonprofit organizations that we work with want to go and shop. Maybe get a gift for a daughter, or maybe something that they want to donate to an event. We will give 20% back to the organization of their choice. So that will be a great component to our business, and it will be a fundraising opportunity throughout the year. Aside from their gala or luncheon, the organizations can send the email to their list of guests, right? Followers, and there you go. They can shop, and we just send a big check for 20% of everything.
Before I let you all go, I have to ask, is there, so I always ask my guests to recommend a future guest. And is there a nonprofit? We're going to go back to nonprofits now. Is there a nonprofit organization that's innovative in the Atlanta area that you'd like to recommend to be a guest on Coffee Connections?
That's innovative. Well, there's a lot of innovative, in particular those that have been able to pivot during the pandemic and have been creative. But there's so many that I just really adore that I think really sincerely have a heartfelt, attachment to the organization. And one of them is Curing Kids Cancer. Mm-hmm. And Grania Owen is just a spectacular woman who founded the organization out of the loss of her son and has done amazing things for the research for children that have specific cancer that her son had. And also, I think Georgia ovarian cancer, Doug Barron is amazing. I've lost my bonus mom to ovarian cancer, and a lot of women have survived and been able to live due to their organization is just amazing. So that's just a couple that come to mind. I've got a lot more, so let me know if you need any more, Seth.
For having you all. And again, go to jewelswithapurpose.com. Check out their jewelry, their information, and feel free to reach out to them if you're just curious about how to raise money. And using, the no risk is a great solution. Also, when you got to beef up your auction for different items, you learned here today all the benefits of having professionals there. So thank you, ladies, so much. Just as a reminder, everyone, coming up next week, I'm at the CAI, Certified Auctioneer Institute, a 3-year auctioneer program to, better myself in the industry and, of course, provide better quality for my clients. But we'll be back the week after on the 29th, closing March out with First Step Staffing. The 31st with Hosea Helps, the daughter of civil rights leader. That's right. Elizabeth is going to be joining us. I'm really excited about that. And then April, we've got Women's Resource Center. We've got Trinity Stables. We got the Georgia Lions Lighthouse Foundation and Kids Boost. So lots coming up. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful day.